These 6 exercises are non-negotiable if you want to unlock your athletic potential and stay away from injuries. The first one is rear foot elevated split squat. Now, as you know, squat is king, and I love that exercise. But when you do a close chain exercise like the squat, there are possibilities that compensations might happen and some muscles might work more than the other. That's because of regular day-to-day life. When you're sitting down too much, your hip flexors can get tight, and then obviously your hip starts shifting. That's why the rear foot elevated split squat is a great way to target that one leg at a time to make sure that those compensations can be eliminated. Also, it is a much more athletic way to train. This exercise is highly dynamic. You can do it with holding dumbbells in both arms. You can hold it in the opposite arm, which works the internal rotation. You can hold it in the external arm that works the external rotation. You can have both the arms up in a dumbbell or a barbell, and then it will work more on your quads. If you're leaning forward, like you can see, you're working on the glutes a lot more. You do it quick, you're working on impulse and explosiveness. If you drop the weight and jump in that position, you're working a plyometric exercise. Very rarely do you find an exercise that has so many variations but trains so many aspects of the human body, along with strength, hypertrophy, endurance, explosiveness. It depends on what rep range you run and how many sets you're doing. If you do feel that one of your leg is weaker than the other one, I would suggest doing 3 to 4 reps more on that. So let's say the left one you're doing 4 sets of 15, whereas the right one you're doing 4 sets of 10 to 12. It's a great way to eliminate those imbalances. The second one is the pull-up. It is the king of all bodyweight exercises, and I do mean that. Your ability to pull your body weight up multiple times is a testament of true strength. Any program is incomplete without pull-up or any of its variations. That could be the chin-ups, neutral grip pull-ups, ring pull-ups, doesn't matter. If you don't have them, you're not being able to derive the benefit out of your program properly. All variations of pull-ups provide great stimulus for muscle growth and strength building. In fact, it is one of the few compound exercises that has a very practical use in day-to-day life. Military personnel use it for their fitness training, the police use it for their fitness training, firemen do it, athletes do it. You definitely should have some sort of pull-up variation in your program. And it is one of the best exercises for your shoulder health. Now, if you cannot do a lot of pull-ups, there's one tip that I always tell my athletes. I want you to approach the bar as if you're about to do 20 sets of 1 repetition. So instead of targeting 5 to 10 unbroken reps and you are unable to do them, just approach the bar, hang from it, try to keep your scapula engaged, your core tight, and you pull yourself as fast as possible. Come back down, so full lockout, and then let the bar go. Reset. So that's your 1 set, 1 rep. The more explosive you are with your pull-up, the easier it is for you to build those numbers up gradually. And even if you're a heavier athlete, this is the best way to train for you to get those numbers up without hurting your biceps, your forearms, because of the weight that you're carrying. Another variation that you can do of the pull-up is having your knee bent. What that does is push that rib cage on top of that pelvis, so makes it very neutral. When you pull up in that position, it's great for your scapular health, and it's engaging for your core, and it teaches you proper mechanics to pull. Pull-ups are absolutely essential. You should definitely have them in your program. I'm sorry I broke your flow over here, but it baffles me that 89% of viewers who watch our video are not subscribed yet. Let me ask you for a favor, please. Press the subscribe button. This is the easiest and cheapest way for you to support us. And the more subscribers we get over a period of time, this is going to motivate me to impact a lot more people by bringing out great content and great valuable information for you guys to benefit from. Let's continue. The third one, clapping push-ups. For the chest, there's nothing more explosive and athletic than the clapping push-up. In fact, clapping push-ups can increase your bench press numbers as well as your push-up numbers. The reason this exercise should be a part of your program is because of its explosiveness factor. When we try to pack on size, we immediately go towards bench press or some variation of it. And it is a great way to achieve that. But we forget that stimulation of that muscle to be grown does not only come from lifting heavy, but also from moving that muscle fast and contracting all those muscle fibers. When we incorporate explosive exercises, they recruit more muscle fibers and more fast twitch fibers for you to explode. If clapping push-ups are difficult, there are other variations that you can start off with, and it's a great way to progress. You can start by, let's say, 2 really quick push-ups, as quick as you can, and then progress over time with your palms sort of coming out. So your fingers are still down on the ground, but your palms come off. So quick again, probably 2 reps or 3 reps at a time. Then you can progress further when you're jumping, sort of, not clapping, but your palms are just clearing the ground and you're landing back on it. And then last, you can always do with the claps. Make sure that you stay in the ranges of, for example, 5 sets of 5. Since it's an explosive exercise and it's plyometric, you need to make sure that you space it out well. A great way to superset also with your bench press if you have it. But let's say even if you're an off day and it's your athlete day and you're doing legs, you can still incorporate it over there and reap the benefits of it. You actually will not feel sore when you do this. The 4th exercise is the farmer's walk or the farmer's carry. This exercise is incredible for grip strength, core stability, and insane muscle recruitment. Literally, almost every major muscle group in your body is activated when you do this exercise. This exercise makes you tough and resilient. It's a great way to build muscle and also train that mental fortitude. Better grip strength is related to better aging. This is a lot more athletic way to train your entire body, because training athletic is not isolating but working everything together. Unlike the planks, so a lot more boring, and you're generally not in a position in real life over there when you're doing that. There are multiple variations that you can adopt while doing the farmer's walk. So you can hold on to 2 heavy dumbbells or kettlebells or trap bar and walk. You can hold on to 1 at a time. You can do 1 heavy and 1 light in one hand. You can do 1 light overhead and 1 heavy down there. Also works great for your balance, and it's a great endurance builder. You don't realize it, but at the end of it, it's an aerobic taxer. Definitely incorporate them into your workout in a well-structured program, and you'll definitely feel the benefits of it. The 5th one, Pogos. A plyometric exercise is absolutely important if you want to train athletic. Whether you play a sport or not, Pogos is an incredible way for you to incorporate low-level plyometrics that is not heavy on your joints and that can also be progressed over a period of time. Pogos are beneficial because it washes away the sins of your Achilles tendon and keeps it fresh and injury-free. Also, the more Pogos you do, the more jumpier you get, and the more jumpy you are, the more explosive you can get. Ankle stiffness is important, and through Pogos you can achieve that. If you have missed the video that we did how you can make your ankle stronger, you can always check out this video. Now, if you have any Achilles or calf issues, you can always start off with some penguin walk. Then you can go to Pogos. Make sure that you're just bouncing nice and soft. I do prefer bare feet with these exercises because of that mind-muscle connection and proprioception. But obviously, there's no hard and fast rule. Do what makes you feel comfortable. If shoes do that, do it in shoes. But the aim is to do them. Once you do double leg Pogos, you can also progress with split stance Pogos. So you keep crossing over if you want. Then when that becomes easy, you can go always into single leg. So single leg is a lot more taxing because you're constantly jumping on one leg. And then when you can do that, go for all out max effort. Try to jump as high as possible. Go for time in this, maybe 30 to 45 seconds, even 60 seconds as a matter of fact. 4 sets every day. You can do it, but definitely once a week is a necessity. The 6th and the last one of my favorite ones, is the Carabel Swing. What an amazing creation this exercise is. It works your entire posterior chain and builds fluidity, going into hip flexion and exploding out with that hip extension and that contraction of glutes. This exercise is a well-rounded developer of your posterior chain, works your glutes, works your hamstrings. Not only that, it works the stabilizing muscles in your back. It works with your shoulders as well, your lats. Your entire body will be on fire when you keep constantly doing this. Obviously, I could not have an access to a kettlebell while I was doing this, so I ended up doing a dumbbell variation of it. So even if you don't have a kettlebell, you can always take a dumbbell and mimic the movement, because building that fluidity is important. Getting into that hinge and out of it explosively, it's what being an athlete is. If you keep doing it and keep progressing with it, keep going heavy on it, you're definitely going to become better, stronger, and faster, and also athletic. Now, if you found this video helpful, please press the like button, subscribe to the channel, share it with people. I would like you to put it in the comments if you want us to cover something specific, and would be happy to do so. If you want any recommendations on how many sets, how many repetitions are required, put it in the comments and we'll happily get back to you. And if you're looking to build really strong bulletproof ankles, you should definitely check out this video.